We see two Russian APCs moving towards the village. These Ukrainian defense positions are already behind them. Bradley's moving in to meet the enemy. There are two targets here. Bradley gets into position and opens fire. Another drone broadcasts the Bushmaster cannon, wiping out the Russian APC. The targets are destroyed, but that's not the end of the mission. From the commander's cockpit, you can see Bradley taking out an enemy APC. The drone coordinates the American Beast. Then it shifts to the neighboring road, where stands a wounded tank with the letter Z. Full power of the Bushmaster cannon is down on this target. The tin can of occupants is destroyed. Bradley stops near another enemy position. The APC starts firing. The Russians can't respond, and I don't think anything would help them. Like this episode, for example. The Russians spotted an approaching Bradley and launched a Cornet missile. The operator accurately aims the missile at the target. This missile has an armor penetration of at least 1,200 millimeters. The second hit of the Cornet stops the APC, but the armor saves the lives of the Ukrainian crew, who leave the hit vehicle. And here's another one. This is Ukrainian Bradley, and here is an enemy mine. Bradley runs right into it. The APC starts shooting back. It's still on the move and decides to go in reverse, but it hits another mine. The crew is unharmed, but the track is badly damaged. And that's Bradley's weakest point, the caterpillar. For example, in this video, a Russian soldier says that in this trophy, Bradley, after heavy shelling, only the tracks were damaged. The dynamic defense easily withstood the impact. Everything inside is as good as new. So if you don't stop the Bradley, it's very difficult to destroy. Like right here, a Ukrainian APC is evacuating its soldiers. It's firing heat shields, but the Russians already have Bradley in their sights. It's a clean hit. Bradley doesn't feel the impact and starts to retreat. On the way out, he hits another mine. Still not critical. Near the anti-tank barriers, Bradley takes another hit. And even after that, it's safe to drive away. Rescue mission accomplished. It's all about dynamic defense. Pay attention to this protrusion. This is the dynamic defense. It protects Bradley's most vulnerable parts. From this angle, you can get a closer look at it. It covers both sides, part of the turret, and Bradley's forehead. And now a little bit about the cannon in an iconic moment. The place you see now is the hideouts of the Russian occupiers. The attack begins with a targeted strike on one of the positions. The AFU has a clear plan. Bradley and his assault team are moving in. Using the Bushmaster cannon, he sizzles the buildings one by one. It's impossible to respond under such fire. At the same time, Ukrainian special forces are moving in, Bradley's covering. The operation is coordinated by a thermal imaging drone. A few moments later, the positions came under the control of the AFU. But the Russians have managed to call in reinforcements. Bradley is ready for this as well. A shot from the Tau turns the occupiers' meat pot into dust and clears the way for retreat. Kursk region. Two Bradleys attack Russian positions. The enemy is fighting back. The Russians use a grenade launcher to stop the Bradleys. The armored personnel carrier continues to move. Russian FPV drone attacks the second APC. To no avail. The APCs move in and drop off the attackers. The same operation was carried out in New York. Under Bradley's cover, Ukrainian special forces are moving into position. There's information that there may be an enemy in the building. Bradley wipes him out, then the special forces go in. The AFU throws a grenade into the basement. Then we see a massive explosion. Positions are being cleared one by one. All this is happening under fire from the Bushmaster cannon. The operation has been successfully executed. The infantry and Bradley are leaving New York. A Russian APC is on its way to attack. The Ukrainians already know about it. Bradley's on his way to the rendezvous. Here comes the Russian APC. One of the soldiers notices the drone. The soldiers leave the APC in a hurry. Bradley's closing in. The Russian APC is turning around, but he's already in Bradley's sights. Distance between them is about 2 miles. The automatic cannon is engaged. At this point, the enemy realizes he's in trouble. Bradley's shells are hitting their target. One of the gas tanks is breached. Fuel's bursting into flames. End stop. Another assault. A Russian APC spots Bradley. He opens fire and rushes head-on into the American APC. Crazy plan. The American APC attacks back. Every shot is on target. Russian APC pulls off the road to avoid hitting Bradley. The duel is over. Bradley wins the duel. The APC is destroyed. Bradley's in an ambush. He fires a TOW missile. That's the target it's waiting for. Missed. It's very important for the Russian APC to make it to a populated area. It'll give the landing party a chance to establish a foothold. The Russian soldiers are quickly leaving the APC. The armored personnel carrier is leaving. The FPV drone is escorting it. The drone hits the APC. Another hit. APC destroyed. Now it's Bradley's time. He arrives to deliver the final blow. The APC is attacking the enemy. The enemy fails to gain a foothold. TOW missiles regularly help destroy Russian tanks. Bradley fires a missile. A perfect hit. And this is what the result looks like. Kursk region. The Bradleys are advancing to the assault. The defense line is broken through. Further Russian positions. Bradley's heat shields deny the Russians the ability to use the ATGMs. The Bushmaster cannon begins to destroy the enemy. Suddenly, Bradley stops for a missile strike. From these points, the enemy can strike from the ATGMs. Bradley opens fire with the TOW. Target engaged. Bradley charges a second missile. Nice work. The Bradleys are beginning to move towards the tree line. The enemy is demoralized, and the APCs are closing in. There's a continuous rumble of Bushmaster autocannon fire. The American APCs are closing in on the Russian positions. A 25mm cannon at this range makes it a living hell. This Bradley group is firing 10 rounds a second. They're blasting through the tree line. Mission accomplished. Time to retreat. In 15 minutes, they stirred the Russian positions and fortifications to the ground. And this is the rescue operation performed by Bradley. It all starts with making a safe path. Take a look at this. Nearby are the occupiers' trenches from which they had to retreat because of the excellent work of the Ukrainian mortars. Just look at how many holes there are. An American APC shoots through the wooded area along the passageway. Supported by a tank, the APC moves to evacuate. The tank goes first and shoots places where the enemy may be hiding. Bradley covers the right flank. They are passing a dangerous area. The enemy is spotted ahead. The tank and Bradley successfully destroy the enemy position. This is where the evacuation team is going. Ukrainian positions have become the target of a massive assault. Ukrainian artillery had to use cluster shells to stop the enemy. Here comes Bradley. He's coming in close. The Ukrainians are evacuating. Bradley attacks the enemy and rolls back. Mission accomplished. Soldiers saved. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.